like the idea of them. They're funny, they're nice, they fall, they do like crazy things. They make you feel great, they make you feel happy. But it's like, do I want to own one? No. So I am in between calls. So I'm kind of talking at like a low tone because it's like 3 o'clock in the morning right now. In the last like week or two, I think I saw like maybe 2 or 3 videos of someone talking about why they don't want children. And I've mentioned not wanting kids before in like other videos that I've filmed, but I've never like dedicated a whole video to that topic. And I didn't even think to dedicate a whole video to that topic. So now that I've seen their videos, I'm like, oh, well, I might as well just do one. So I'm the oldest of 7 children from my mom, and I am in the middle of 10 children from my father. I grew up primarily with my mom, and so I basically grew up being the oldest child in the house with 6 other kids underneath me. So there's 5 girls, 2 boys total. I was born in 86, I'm 34. I've got a sister that was born in 88, 2 brothers, one was 92, 94, and then my sister was born in 96. And then I've got 2 younger sisters that were born in 2001 and 2004. So growing up, we grew up in New York, and so my mom worked a lot when we were younger, and she was also going to school. And so I, between my stepfather being like gone for work and whatever else he was doing, I was like the primary person helping take care of my younger siblings, making sure like they ate, making sure they took a bath, making sure they went to bed, making sure they woke up, making sure they got to school, things like that. We moved to Georgia in 2001. My 6th sibling was born, and then in 2004 my 7th sibling was born. And so when the 2 younger ones came into the house, the responsibilities I think got a little bit bigger, where I was like doing a lot more work because my mom then became a single parent. I was like helping more than I normally would have helped. So I was able like to get a job when I was 16, and some of my money kind of went towards helping my siblings. There was a lot of times where they would like miss the school bus or something, so I would have to like transport them to school, picking them up from school, going to like little events like cheerleading, games, baseball games, football games, things like that. It was just a lot of stuff that was happening. I just felt like I was like overly involved in a lot of stuff that I really probably didn't really want to be involved in, but it just happened that my mom like couldn't attend certain things, so I had to basically be her for the time being, whatever. As we got older, 3 of my siblings, they each had 1 child. And so my oldest sister from my dad, she has kids too, but I never took part in taking care of them, so I can't really say anything to that effect. But my 3 younger siblings each have a child, and so I help take care of their kids. My brother's daughter, I don't help with. Her mom basically took reign of that whole situation, but my sister and my brother's sons, they lived with me for a little while. I kind of helped with meals, baths, transporting to daycare, ER visits, just everything that kids need, basically. It wasn't until like I moved to Washington that the responsibilities decreased, because yeah, I like took off and moved to Washington because of that reason. In a sense, I just kind of got tired and overwhelmed with the situation, and so I was like, I gotta go. So I moved to Washington like 5 years ago just to kind of get away and get a breather. I still help, but it's like more financial now than it is me physically being there taking care of people. Just growing up and being the oldest, taking care of children like way before I probably should have been taking care of kids, and then turning around and taking care of my siblings' kids, it just became too much for me. And I just like, I think I made a decision a long time ago that I didn't want kids, but it like really, really, really stuck with me. I think when my siblings had their children, it was just like, it was like way too much for me. So there were times in my life where I like made comments about like wanting children. Like my sister is probably gonna like watch this video and be like, oh, I remember when you said. So I made a comment once that when my sister had a baby, that it should have been me first. Like I was supposed to have the kid first, so I was kind of like bothered by that. But the only reason why I made that comment, and back then I couldn't like be honest about this, but now I can. Being with different guys in my life, there was like maybe 3 different guys that I had been with in my life that I would have had children for. Like, I didn't want them, but I would have given them a child so that they didn't leave me. And so, like, back then I would have never admitted to that. I would have never said, yes, I am giving birth to this kid because the guy that I'm with wants the kid. But there was like one guy in particular, one guy that I would have definitely, if he wanted me to have a kid, I would have definitely had a child for. And I felt like that would have been the only way for us to stay together, which is like toxic now, thinking about it. Back then, my brain didn't really care that it was toxic. It was just like, this is what I gotta do. But I knew that I didn't want children. Like, I knew I didn't want kids. Now I kind of am like really stern about it, and really like, when somebody talks about it, I'm just like, I don't want children. People always think that because you're a woman, you're supposed to have kids. Like, you were made to have kids. You were created to have children. This is your only role in life. Why would you want to give it up? I've seen nothing but struggle with kids. Like, I've seen so much struggle from my mom, from my siblings. Like, from my mom's mom. Like, I've just seen so much struggle when it comes to children. And it just looks like 85% torment and 5% peace, and just a little bit of like, I can deal with this. Like, I don't want to deal with that. Like, my sister used to wait for my nephew to go to bed so that she can like have a relaxing dinner and watch TV. And it's like, I don't want to spend my whole day waiting for this kid to go to bed so that I can have a relaxing meal and watch TV. Like, I like being able to wake up and decide if I want to turn on the TV, decide if I want to go to the store, decide if I want to do anything. I don't want to plan my entire day and my entire life around this small human being. And another reason why I didn't want kids too, because I wanted to be able to travel independently and freely, but I don't do that. And I don't know why. Like, I know why, but it sounds crazy. But so I always feel bad if I want to go somewhere like my siblings can't go. Because for a long time in my mind we came as a set. I mean, if they can't go, then I don't want to go. So like, there are so many countries and places that I want to visit, but I would never go unless they can go too. And so I was talking to my youngest sibling about it, and she was telling me how crazy that sounds. And it does sound crazy, but that's just how I am. I don't do anything without them. And so it's sad, and I need to like step out of that, because I moved to be independent, but yet I'm still dependent. Yeah. I don't want any small humans coming out of me. I don't want to give birth. I don't want to throw up. I don't want to be nauseated. I don't want to be that fat. Like, I'm already chubby. I don't want to be chubbier. And I don't want to be a single parent too. Like, men, they don't always stay. And it's hard to tell if they're going to stay or not. Like, they're going to be in a child's life. Yeah, they're going to help you take care of your kid, but are they going to be there for you every day? No, they're not. And so I just don't have time to find that out. I just don't have time to risk it. Like, growing up watching my mom be alone and be a single mom for all these children, it was a lot to witness. And it was just like, I can't fathom going through that, like, ever. I don't, that's just not me. And I was telling my sister, I think that me not having children is like a social experiment with myself, just to see like what happens when one person in the family doesn't have children. So for those of you that can't understand why I don't want kids, I don't think it's for you to understand. I don't think it's any of your business. I think it's what I say, and it's my body, and I get to decide. Like, everybody in my family that's had kids, I watch you go through it, and I don't want to go through it. That's just not for me. That's just not the life that I want. And they'll probably tell you, oh, we're fine. Yeah, you are fine, but I watched you go through it. So it's good for, I like kids. I like kids like I like pets. I like the idea of them. They're funny, they're nice, they fall, they do like crazy things. They make you feel great, they make you feel happy. But it's like, do I want to own one? The idea of a kid, they smell nice, but do I want to own one? No, I don't. So I'm trying to make a joke about it, but it's just, I don't want one. Like, I hate to just like be flat and blunt and mean about it, but I don't want one. So, and also, I just found out too. Well, I didn't just find out. I found this out like maybe like a year ago, a couple of months ago. My doctor said that she could like put in a request for me to get a tubal ligation. If you don't know what that is, it's kind of like getting your tubes tied. And she was like, because I'm 34 and I know I don't want kids. And so she was going to put in a recommendation for me to have that surgery. But then I did something really stupid. I researched the surgery and I Googled it with the word Islam. And guess what? It is not permissible in the religion to sterilize yourself. So it's not permissible in any religion to sterilize yourself. But they have options for sterilization. But if I wouldn't have researched it, if I would have just did it, then I would have researched it later and found out that it was wrong. And then I could have repented. But because I researched it first, now it's like extra wrong. Like if I do it now, it's like extra wrong. I can't do it now. So yeah, that's my story. If I think of anything else to add to this, I will do like a part 2. But for right now, that's all. So thank you for tuning in. Yeah, if you like my videos, please subscribe, like, turn on the little bell so you get notifications, and also follow me on social media. I'm gonna stick my social media down here for you to follow. Till next time, bye guys.